establishment's attempt to basically overthrow reality or have a war on reality where the West as a group can arm al-Qaeda, change their name to ISIS, let them overthrow Libya, try to overthrow Syria, invade Iraq, give them Stinger missiles, and then take everybody's freedoms back in Europe, back in the UK, Australia, the United States. And other countries have used the war on terror. Russia has used the war on terror to take freedoms away. So the Middle Eastern jihadis are government's best friend. And that's why I'm so upset that Obama openly armed them the last 4 years. And now the headline in the Washington Post, Obama ready to strike at Islamic State militants in Syria, he tells policy experts. We also played a clip last hour. We're at a White House press conference 2 days ago. He said that he never really pulled the troops out of Iraq, even though that's always what he said he was going to do when he got elected. One of the few things he actually somewhat followed his promise on. Whether you were for the war or against the war, I was against it, by the way. It's the saying he never said that. I never said you could keep your doctor. I never said it wouldn't increase your health care. I never said. So that's just some of the news on that front. Also up on Infowars.com, anti-gun group takes control of 9/11 ceremony. Bloomberg controls and his foundation controls New York's 9/11 anniversary for the 13th year. White House denies murdering journalist who was sold to ISIS by U.S.-supported Syrian rebels. Obama, again, is set to ignore Congress, announce serious strikes tonight. They want to strike ISIS, but they want him to come to them, basically, or even have a policy, and he doesn't want to set the precedent that Congress is involved in war, even though they're supposed to be. It's total treason. CFR has come out and floated free money to the American people so they can blame hyperinflation on the population right as it begins to go up. James Woods, the actor, has come out with a mission. He's issued the pound or hashtag Holder Challenge. Ask followers for help. We've retweeted this. He's asking the race-baiting Attorney General to decry all the racial attacks on whites that have been going on and to call it racist so that people stop doing it. But it's supposedly kosher and okay to attack whites, and we see it, these attacks at shopping malls, Kroger's, food stores, at the park, just intensifying. On video, the people saying it's racially motivated, and nobody gets arrested, nobody gets charged with a hate crime. Really pretty frightening that that's going on. I mean, would you endorse the Klan if they were out beating up black people again? Or say it was okay or not decry it? So that's some of the news up on Infowars.com. There's an article out today. I basically said this yesterday, and I agree with it. The era of widespread biometric identification and microchip implants is here with the rollout of the new iPhone 6 and the iWatch, the Apple Watch. It tracks everything you're doing. It surveils you. It's all out in the open. A chilling video I'm going to cover in the next hour and break down for radio listeners is on the front page of PrisonPlanet.com and Infowars.com. Video model shows how Ebola will spread. It only takes one infected individual making it through an airport checkpoint, close quote. So that is coming up as well. And on the Ebola front, here are some of the headlines. Ebola seriously threatens Liberia's national existence, their minister says. Their national existence is threatened. Continuing here, that's an article out of Reuters. World Health Organization, Ebola has killed 2,288, nearly half in the past 21 days. It is spreading very, very quickly, and a lot of these countries in Africa are saying it's much worse than the media is saying here. A fourth person with Ebola has been transferred to Atlanta, Georgia. Very reckless. We'll get Dr. Group's take on that in a moment. Continuing, Ebola virus spread by taxi passengers, says World Health Organization. So that's some of the news on that front. And you can go to Infowars.com and see the video showing the model of how it would spread. I'm asking the question, will they allow Ebola to get to this country or even bring it here as a pretext for political diversion? The anthrax of 2001 turned out to be Fort Detrick, Maryland, U.S. super weaponized. So the FBI tried to set up 3 patsies. That failed. The 4th patsy was killed in custody. So that's some of the news on that front. Another headline, feds forcing public schools to accept illegal children without medical screening. Speaking of Ebola, Obama administration ignores law to ensure future voting base. The Daily Caller. Think about that. We have such a medical tyranny in this country, and they try to force vaccines that give kids a lot of the illnesses and diseases, it's been proven. But then they'll let illegals in with tuberculosis, you name it. It is just crazy. Speaking of craziness, China meat scandal deals another blow to McDonald's in Japan. From Russia to Spain to Japan, the citizens just won't eat the nuggets now because they read and know that it's 16-day-old dead meat from the company they use. That's why they want it radiated. They spray the viruses on it that eat the bacteria. It's not food, folks. I ate McDonald's like 5 years ago on the road. There's nothing else. I got sick. But if you eat it every day, you're used to it. Full of additives, full of plasticizers. They're all grandfathered in to do this. It's crazy. But in places like Japan, people just won't buy it. The government's not banned it. Russia and others are banning it. If it's imported from there, it just shows how America is a dumping ground for anything. Bad Chinese drugs, melamine in the milk. They executed the people that did that in China. Our FDA came out a few years ago and said, oh, melamine's okay for kids. It's wild. And again, I'm not just here being negative. When we talk about these type of things and Americans start caring again and you stop buying from places that feed you absolute garbage, they will clean their act up and stop doing it. When you demand quality across the board, it raises the culture. Somehow we got sold the idea that when you pick up your own food and throw it away, that lowers the price. No. They just get rid of help, so the McDonald's are all filthy, and then all the other restaurants do it, and suddenly we just adopt dirty bathrooms and food all over the floor, and GMO. When government gets in control of health care and says, Bill Gates says, when we kill one old lady with a death panel, we can hire 10 teachers, and the teachers all clap. No, when you lower quality and get rid of old people, as if you teachers aren't going to get screwed over. It's the idea that somebody gets cheated. We lower our quality of life. We lower our standards. We have austerity, and then it makes everything better. No, it doesn't. The globalists just want you to accept that so they can socially engineer you because poor people that aren't upwardly mobile aren't uppity and can be pushed around. And the elite, meanwhile, the inflation with elite items is just off the chart because they're up there literally running a rigged global casino, the Gulag Archipelago, or what does Max Kaiser call it, the casino Gulag model.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Group. Today I'd like to talk about the war on women. You've experienced and heard about the benefits of super male vitality. Now, the new formula has arrived. Introducing the new Super Female Vitality. I have specifically designed this formula to help the body naturally regulate itself without the use of artificial hormones. Key ingredients chosen from the highest quality sources. Each of these ingredients works synergistically with the female body in order to maximize overall vitality. You've heard the reviews and the feedback on how the original Super Male Vitality has revitalized relationships. Now, both the man and the woman can have the revitalization in their own bodies with Super Male Vitality and Super Female Vitality. Secure your Super Female Vitality today from our limited stock at InfoWarsLife.com.